Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing the Fracture by Reynolds bags. And look, this is a new review. You didn't click on an old video, and you're probably wondering, didn't I already review this bag? I did. I reviewed this Fracture in 2023 when Reynolds first released it. I was super excited about the bag. I did the review, and I absolutely hated the fill in the bag. And I made a comment that I wish they would change the fill, that this was a good bag, but it could have been a great bag with a better fill. Well, Reynolds in 24 has changed the fill. They've gone to a mixed fill across the board. I was super excited to hear the Fracture had a new fill to it. So I had to order a set, had to give them a try. So here it is. Here's the review of the 2024 Fracture. We'll start with material-wise. Slow side, this is the reverse side, the back side of that Pro Advantage fast side. The Pro Advantage, the Viking fast side, they flip it over, use the back side of it. It's a softer side. It plays about a 6-speed. It's the same slow side you find on the Cat 3. So if you're familiar with the Cornhole Scenario Cat 3, this is the same slow side as that. It's a wonderful material. It's controllable. It's very player friendly. The one knock I'd say on it is humid conditions. Boards start getting damp. I mean, initially, when boards first start getting damp sticky, it still moves pretty well. But as you get more moisture on the board, the more moisture, it really starts to slow down, becomes unplayable. So humidity is not its friend when you get really humid conditions. Fast side, this is that Pro Sniper, Viper, Deadhead fast side, 9-speed, crazy fast, great for pushing, collecting, slide at the board in any condition. So we're looking at about 6, 9-speed. Exact same materials that were on the 2023 Fracture, exact same materials you find on the Cornhole Scenario Cat 3. So again, if you're familiar with that bag, these are the same materials, which is why I was so excited about the first edition of the Fracture, was because, hey, this is a cheap, affordable, available Cat 3. And then, you know, the fill kind of turned it up. So let's go ahead and jump in the fill. Here's what they changed. They actually have a mixed fill in here. So they've taken their bead fill they had in some of the carpet bags, and it looks like they've combined it with that same really fine fill they had in here, as far as I can tell. But honestly, it is an improvement. It feels better. It plays better. You'll see here in the videos, like the issues I had with this bag with the fill, I didn't get it with this. And I was cautiously optimistic on it because I had been disappointed and burned by this bag once. So when I ordered it, I was trying to mute my excitement. It's like, okay, you know what? If this bag still doesn't play like I wanted to, I don't want to be as disappointed as I was the first time. So I kind of calmed myself down, got the bag, I went out and threw it. And as I threw it, I just really fell in love with this fill. This is the fill I wanted this bag to have the first time. Template-wise, this is that pretty much standard Reynolds template, which I think Reynolds is just streamlining their bags. They've gone the same fill in all their bags, same templates in all their bags. They're just changing the materials, same design across more of the bags, which is why Reynolds is so great about getting bags out. Like, you order a set of bags, so you get them in 2 days. It's unreal how quickly Reynolds is getting bags, but that's you know, they do that by streamlining the process and keeping things consistent. So it's that standard template. It's that medium template bag. It's a medium amount of fill. It's got a medium amount of flop, so it's not a crazy floppy bag. Which if I was to nitpick this bag, the one thing that I would change on this bag to make it even better, I would go just a hair bigger template and a little floppier bag, or keep the same template but go with a little heavier fill, a little less fill. I would just like a little more flop on the bag, personally, for me. But again, I'm nitpicking here. You know, it's for most of you. I get a lot of people who don't say you don't like floppy bags, so this is not that floppy. And to me, this 6-9 speed is kind of what I would call a faster bag. This is the type of bag I want to throw up. I want to run bags. Like, I tend to like to throw that 4 or 5 speed bag. When I go to a 6 speed, this is my version of a fast bag. So that's why I want to flop your bags. I'm just looking to run the hole with a bag like this. I'm not really looking to play a dirty style game. Now, for a lot of you who have a softer, higher arc throw, this is probably still kind of a slower bag for you guys. And then, you know, this, maybe you do like a fuller bag because you're playing this more like a dirty style bag. You're not running holes. So that's what you're gonna look at is the type of play you're playing. For me, again, this is my run the hole, you know, 4 bags in, outscore my opponent right around. This is not really where I'm playing a dirty style game. Which, let's go ahead and jump into playability on this. And as I say that, this is a controllable slow side. You can put blockers up if you need to. The bag will make a decent blocker. It'll sit up there, you know, and you can control it. And I will say, preface, the day I went out and threw these videos, these recordings here, it was a hot day. It was a little humid, so the boards were a little sticky. They were sticky enough to slow the bag down, but they were sticky enough that when the bags landed, sometimes they would kick a little bit on me. They had a little bit of a kick. There was a little bit of a cross breeze blowing, so sometimes as I threw the bag, the wind would catch the bag and kind of lift it up. It really put a tilt on it, and they would hit and really kick pretty hard. For the most part, as long as I kept the bags flat, they played well. It's a pretty forgiving bag, and I didn't really mention this. It's pretty forgiving on normal dry conditions without humidity. The bag lands, has very little kick to it. So if you don't have a flat bag, it's not going to punish you. And if you do get enough tilt, it will still kick. But for the most part, it's not a punishing bag like the Typhoon is, or like the Pro Advantage or the Pro X, or one of those stickier material bags. Those are a little more punishing. This one is a little more forgiving landing. The other thing I would say is the collectability of this bag. This bag, because it isn't as floppy as fuller, it's a very collectible bag. So if you are using this for a dirty style or a sticky bag, or you're throwing some blockers up there with it, it's very collectible. Anytime I left the bag short or had a bag off to the side it was really easy to just step out there and collect. And most of the collections I did with this low side, because that's, I throw this fast enough, hard enough, I can collect there. But you definitely want to flip it over. It's got enough speed, plenty of speed to push through and collect. And you're only clipping the corner. Floppy bags, they want accordion hop, and you've got to be careful about that. They want accordion and kind of spin around. This bag, being that medium fullness, and not a lot of flop, it catches a corner, clips it, takes it. So very collectible bags. The bags play really well around the hole. Another negative I mentioned, again, I'm nitpicking. I really am nitpicking, so don't hear what I'm not saying. But the bag, because it isn't as floppy, the landing zone for the bag is not as wide as I would like for my faster bags. It's bigger than normal because it does a decent job of grabbing the hole. If you get enough of the bag up there, it'll grab the hole, spin around, and come in. And for the most part, you'll see here those bags grab, they spin, and they drip in. Very rarely are they left hanging. If they're hanging, as long as they're on, the side or the front, they're collectible. The ones in the back, a little tougher to collect, but that's the truth for most bags. Bags are harder to collect. But for the most part, if the bag was left hanging, I had no problem collecting as long as I had another bag to go. But if I didn't catch enough of that bag, if just the corner went by, a lot of times the bag would just skip right across it because it just didn't have enough flop to dip in and grab. Or if it did grab, it would just spin and sit far enough in the back, I couldn't get it. It didn't grab and hold and pull that bag back. Now, these bags are not completely broken. I've had them. I've thrown them quite a bit. I mean, they've got some. I mean, they really have softened up, and they're definitely in a playable condition. They may flop up a little more as they break in more, so that may improve. But again, I'm nitpicky, honestly. The bag played wonderfully. I mean, I actually threw a lot more than I normally would because I had so many clips of me throwing 4-baggers. And I'm not trying to brag about that, but the bag just wants to go in the hole, and it really fits what I like in a faster bag. I really fell in love with the bag, the materials, the fill, everything was really wonderful and fit my style real well for a faster bag. So I was having a blast just running bags in the hole. And I just didn't want to put up nothing but 4-baggers here because that's really not that fun to show you. I want to show you, I want to show you what the bag can do as far as collecting. I want to show you what the bag can't do. I want to show you what the misses look like. So I'm trying to, I had to get some, I need to do a little extra throwing to get the clips so I could show you kind of all around the bag. Again, I'm not saying that to brag. I'm not saying, oh, look, I threw nothing but 4-baggers. By no means am I have plenty of misses. I can throw you plenty of blooper reels at some point. I'm not doing these videos to show you what I can do. I want to do these videos to show you what the bag can do, what the bag can't do. So that's, I'm just saying that to say, I put a lot of bags in the hole with this. And again, if I'm getting to a situation where I just want to run bags, this is the bag I would love to pull out. I mean, it's a wonderful bag. They took that 23 fracture, which was a good bag, and they changed the fill, which is what I really asked them to do, and it's now a great bag. I mean, this is what I wanted 23 fracture bag to be, and I absolutely love it. Like again, it's a wonderful bag. If you've thrown the 23 bags and you liked them, I would urge you to try the 24. I can't believe you wouldn't like this better. If you threw 23 bags and you were like me, you didn't like the fill, but like everything else about it, get us to the 24s. You won't be disappointed. It's a wonderful bag. I don't know what to tell you about it, other than you can see here just how well that bag is at going to the hole. It's great around the hole. You have a control with it. You can do a lot with it. You can even throw cut shots with this. This material is controllable enough. You can go up there and you can throw a cut shot. And I said it's full enough. Honestly, if you're a rollback thrower, I bet you can roll this bag. There's enough fill here. There's some beads in here. It has a little bit of movement to it that I believe this is a bag that you can even roll. So it becomes one of those bags that's really a great all-around bag. If you're looking for kind of a combination between a fast bag and a slow bag and doing some shot shape and all that, it really fits in that category. Again, the big knock is when it's really humid, really sticky. That's when the bag's going to be, you have to move to something different. But that's when you would go to a carpet bag like the Pro Advantage or the Pro X, something like that, and you can definitely play that. So anyway, love the new fracture. Go check it out. There's availability. Reynolds does an awesome job with availability as well. ReynoldsBags.com is the website. They have bags of stock all the time. Pretty much every colorway is available. The one gripe I would have on the availability side of it is their designs are pretty basic. I mean, they don't give you a lot of design options. They did have a couple other options that had like crowns or a couple other different fracture things, but they were a little more expensive. Like these bags are $74. I think it was like $80 or $82 or something for the other designs. Like it really wasn't worth it me to pay $6 or $7 extra just to get a different design. Now Reynolds does do custom designs. So if you have an image or whatever you put on it, you can put that on there, and they're really great about getting this done and turned around quickly to you. But if you order a standard design, like I order them, I get them like 2 days later. I mean, it's unreal how fast they ship them out. Their shipping is great, which is because they do keep standard designs and everything streamlined. That's probably why they're so quick at it. But $74 for a set. I think it's like $11.20 shipping, so it was like $85.20, so less than $86 shipped to you. The bags are ACL Pro Stamp for 2024. I mean, it's a wonderful price. It's one of the cheapest bags you can get with the ACL stamp on it. And for this, I mean, this is a Cat 3. Cornhole Scenario sells this bag for $150 or more. You can get it from Reynolds for $86 shipped to you, which is absurd. Definitely get yourself a set of these. I can't recommend enough. So go check out reynoldsbags.com. If you throw in this bag, I'd love to hear your feedback on it, especially if you throw the 23 version and you get your hands on 24. I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether you like it or don't like it. So I thank you guys so much for support, and I thank you for watching. I gotta say one thing about this. Since this is the first video that this has been in, and I'm trying to kind of decorate it behind me, just give some character stuff to this back wall. I didn't look at this close enough when I ordered it, and I wish I had. If I had looked at it, I would have never ordered it. I don't like it because, one, that's not a flat bag. That irks me. That bag is all wrong. How hard would it have been to turn that over and make it a flat bag? Two, his form, that's not how you fall through a cornhole throw. That looks more like someone who's bowling than throwing cornhole. If you look like that when you finish, that's a lot of your problem. You shouldn't look like that. So his follow through, his finish, and that back flight, if I'd seen those and paid more attention to them, I would have never ordered this. I don't know how long it's gonna stay up here because it bothers me that much. Does this bother you as much as it bothers me? I just want to know that. If it bothers you, let me know, because I may just have to take this down. I don't know. I don't know. Good thing I'm not looking at it. The problem is you guys look at it the whole time in the review. I'm not. So if it is bothering you, I'll take it down. I'll get something better. Anyway, thanks.